everyone, this is GFrom bringing you my 6th video game review. Thank you, announcer guy, for the Neo-Geo. Bring it on. In the early 21st century, two factions, the government-led regular army and the rebellion army, clashes with each other to achieve their goals. Donald Morton, who has loyally served the regular army for over 3 decades, suffers a terrible emotional breakdown when his son is killed in a bombing operation. He decides that the regular army's corrupt command chain is intolerable and has reached its limits, so he defects and joins the rebellion forces and later becomes their leader. In the year 2026, the rebellion forces start an all-out attack on the government. The regular army is pushed back nearly to annihilation, and cities around the world are in ruins. After the massive attacks, General Morton makes an announcement that the world will be under his control within 170 hours. A group of surviving members of the regular army work on a project called Super Vehicle, a fast attack tank, soon called Metal Slug. Morton becomes aware of this and takes over most of the Metal Slugs. First Lieutenant Marco Rossi and Second Lieutenant Tama Roving of the regular army immediately regroup any surviving army member that they can find to try in desperate attempt to defeat the rebellions. Whew, that's quite a lot of backstory for a run-and-gun game. In Metal Slug you play as Marco Rossi, who constantly has to shoot a continual stream of enemies in order to reach the end of the level. In order to do that you of course need weapons, and boy are they awesome. Your standard weapon is a pistol, which is pretty useless, but once you save one of these bearded pals, they give you much stronger weapons coming under their pants, like a heavy machine gun or a rocket launcher. Oh yeah! You can however only carry one weapon at a time. On top of these weapons you have grenades, all a man needs when fighting hundreds of soldiers. And when they come too close, you just attack them with your knife. Just like butter. You can even drive the Metal Slug tanks, which can shoot, jump and duck. Unlike in many run and gun games, you don't die when an enemy touches you. That would be crazy considering the screen is full of shit. But watch out, one bullet kills you. Almost everything can be destroyed and you can get items or power-ups for that. At the end of the level you get rewarded for every pal you've rescued since you died the last time. There's a total of 6 missions, and at the end of the levels you face larger-than-life boss equals, which take a lot of bullets to destroy. A second player can join the party and play as Tama Roving for even more action on screen. In order to play this game on the Neo-Geo you move your character with the joystick. The A button makes you shoot, with B you jump and with C you throw grenades. I have nothing wrong with the control setup itself, but I kinda have problems with the jumping. I feel that it isn't as precise as it should be, but not by much. It just feels a little delayed. But that doesn't ruin the gameplay at all. In fact, that's the only little issue I have with it. Metal Slug has a cartoony look to it, but don't get fooled by this because you're about to see some gruesome deaths. The facial expressions of the soldiers are hilarious and there's a lot of slapstick humor involved, which makes you have this stupid grin on your face the whole time while playing. The game looks fresh in every way, with very impressive graphics, love for detail and several animations for each character and explosion. I love the water effects and the fact that the environments react to your actions. It's just so well made. The settings are nice to look at and not very pixelated, I might add. The last stage is epic and overall every stage hits the bomb. My favorite stage has to be the second because I like the dark tone of it. And once again it has my favorite tune of the whole game. I remember while playing this game for the first time, I didn't notice many differences between the songs, but that's just because you're so concentrated on the gameplay that you don't pay that much attention to the music. But now I've of course realized that this soundtrack is awesome. It sounds like an action movie. Every track makes you want to grab a heavy machine gun and shoot some soldiers in the stomach. And that's exactly what you do! There's so much energy in this music, you can't help but to get an adrenaline rush. My favorite track is, as I said, the second one. Epic! The sound effects are perfect as well, and overall this game sounds really nice. Plus, there are some smooth jazzy tunes in it as well. In 1996, arcades were pretty much dominated by fighting games. Street Fighter Mania has gripped every developer and a flood of mediocre fighting games were created. SNK was no exception. They created hordes of fighting games. However, SNK decided to take a risk that year, to release an arcade game that was not a fighting game. Metal Slug was born as a result of that decision. The aspect of the Metal Slug series was to create a simple but exciting side-scrolling shoot-'em-up game with a very simple control scheme. By now 8 games have been released to the series with few changes to the formula. Only few series can manage to do that without sucking, and Metal Slug is one of them. Well, what should I say? I have no tips and tricks for you. In fact, I would like to get some, because I'm not that good of a Metal Slug player. My 12-year-old brother is a lot better than me. As you can see here, he has got a few more points than me. But seriously, The only tip I can give you is play this game with a friend or someone else. It's a lot easier that way and it makes the game even more fun to play than on single player. Whew, this one is hard. I had to think a while to even come up with something that bothers me. And that one isn't even that big of a problem, but it's worth mentioning. While driving a Metal Slug, it can be hard to navigate your weapon. What I mean is that you only can shoot into the direction you're driving. If you stand near to a cliff on the right and want to shoot to the right side, you have to find a way to get your weapon over there. But by this time you've probably been blown up anyways. But like I said, it's not that big of an issue. By the way, I think this game is a bit too short. It took me about 40 minutes and with my brother only 20. But that's okay, I guess.
Mission complete.
All I can say is, it's amazing. No really, this game impressed me a lot. It's one of the few games where if you play like me and you die all the time, you still never get frustrated or angry at the game because it's all your own fault. I really like everything about this game. The weapons are crazy and I love the shotgun. Bam, there he goes. This is a game where you have to practice to get better. Remember the days when the stakes were intolerable? This game is an orgy of one-hit kills. It's not enough that you have to avoid death, but you need to be able to multitask your death-delaying efforts. You don't just want to beat the game, you want to do it in an awesome way, without being shot about 80 times like I did. So work on your reaction time to become as awesome as I want to be. Because this game is so much fun and I'm sure you're gonna like it. I like it. I mean everyone should like it. It's so good. I like it. What more can I say? This game rocks. Metal Slug is so much fun and it feels good to blast away those soldiers with rocket launchers and grenades. I recommend this game to everyone who likes comedic violence, shoot 'em ups and retro games. This is one of the gems of the Neo-Geo and it's a shame that the console was so expensive. If I would have seen this game in the arcades back in '96, I probably would have lost all of my pocket money because I'm so overwhelmed by this game. With almost perfect controls, great level design, kick-ass music and such addictive gameplay, this is one gaming experience you shouldn't miss. Well, that's it boys and girls, thanks for watching, I hope you liked my review and remember, don't try this at home. My next review will be Mirror's Edge for the PS3. I'll see you later, have a nice day.